Welcome to first video from America. This is on quartiles and interquartile range. So today we're going to look at quartiles, and we're going to look at upper and lower quartiles. So when you're finding quartiles, it's a bit like finding the median. So you write your scores out in ascending order, and then you find the median, which is your middle score. The lower quartile, which is Q1, is the middle of the lower 50%, so the half that's below your median, and the upper quartile is the median of the upper 50%, so the half that's above the median. If there's an odd number of scores, then the median will be one of the scores, and it's excluded from the lower and upper 50%. If there's an even number, it will be between two numbers, meaning 50% of the scores below and 50% above. Let's have a look at an example. So interquartile range is Q3 minus Q1, and a 5-number summary is involving all of the 5 main statistics we have mentioned. So range is highest minus lowest, and then your interquartile is Q3 minus Q1, and your median is your middle. And from that we can draw a box and whisker, which we will also look at. So here's our first 2 examples. We're going to find the 5-number summary. So remember, it is lowest Q1, median Q3, highest. And then from that we'll find IQR, interquartile range, which is Q3 minus Q1. So from our first set of data, so the lowest number is 1, the highest number is 9, and the median out of those, it's 6. Now, because there's an odd number of scores, the median is one of the scores, so it's excluded. So now we do for Q1, it'll be the middle of the bottom 50%, so the bottom 3 scores in this case, and Q3 will be the median of the upper 50%, or those top 3 scores. And so the middle of the lower 50%, Q1 is 3, and the median of the upper 50%, Q3 is 7. So there's our 5-number summary. Lowest is 1, Q1 is 3, median is 6, Q3 is 7, highest number is 9, and our interquartile range is 7 minus 3, Q3 minus Q1, which is 4. For our second set of data, lowest number is 7, highest number is 31, and the median is between 2 numbers, so between 14 and 16, so the median is 15. So now, because there's an even number, Q1 will be the middle of the lower 50%, and Q3 will be the median of the upper 50%. So the middle of 7, 9, 11, and 14 is halfway between 9 and 11, which is 10, and the median of 16, 20, 24, and 31 is halfway between 20 and 24, which is 22. That gives you the lowest number of 7, Q1 is 10, median's 15, Q3 22, and the highest number is 31. We will be using these to draw our box and whisker in a second. The interquartile range again is Q3 minus Q1, which is 22 minus 10, which is 12. So we use that 5-number summary to display the data, and as you can see down below, you've got a box and whisker. So the minimum or the lowest score, the maximum, the highest score. Q1 and Q3 form the outer part of the box, the median goes in the middle. Now it is important to note that each section of the box plot is 25%. So from 7 to 10 is 25% of the scores, from 10 to 15, 15 to 22, and 22 to 31. And note from the box and whisker we can also determine that the IQR is 22 minus 10, which is 12, which is what we got in our example. So that means if I wanted to know from 7 to 22, percentage of scores from 7 to 22, and I was only given the box and whisker, that'd be 75%, because each section would be 25% each. How to find outliers. So on your formula sheets, you have an outlier is a score that's less than Q1 minus 1.5 lots of the IQR, or more than Q3 plus 1.5 lots of IQR. So obviously if it's less than, it's a really tiny score. If it's more, then it's a really large score. So for the box and whisker plot that we've just done, is 31 an outlier? So if it is, we'll represent it by a cross, and we would go back and our whisker would only go out to our other highest number. So for the box plot, 31, is it greater than, more than, Q3 plus 1.5 times IQR? I recommend you write it out, put the number there, and then fill out the data. So Q3 was 22, the interquartile range we've already calculated was 12. Is 31 greater than 40? It's not, therefore 31 is not an outlier. So it stays as our whisker. How do you get medians and quartiles from the ogive? So questions that we did before. So we're going to use the group data that we did in the previous one, and we're going to find the median and interquartile range from that group data. So to calculate the median, as we had 50 scores, so we get that from our cumulative frequency column or from our ogive. The median is the halfway, or the 25th frequency, and you draw a line across from the 25th, as you can see I've circled that, until you hit the ogive. This is the importance of the ogive. Once you hit the ogive, you come vertically down. Now remember, this is actually a class center, so you are coming down inside an interval, so in this case from 11 to 15. Now we come down pretty close to the center, so we'll say the median is 13. So for our Q1, which is a quarter, so a quarter of 50 is 12.5, so you come across at 12.5 until you hit the ogive. And you'll notice in this case, we come down vertically just to the left of 8. So we would say that our Q1 would be 7. And remember, these are approximates. So the Q3, that's 3 quarters, so quartile 3 quarters of 50. So you come across at 37.5, you hit the ogive, and when you come down, that is just to the left of 18, so we're going to say that Q3 is 17. That's how we find our medians and quartiles using our ogive. So a really important concept and step to understand. So here's our median at 13, Q1 is 7, Q3 is 17, giving our interquartile range of 10. Thank you.